Thank you very much. Nice to be back here again. For those of you that don't know Jeff or I'm Dave Batterman. This is Jeff Thronton. Just want to take a minute to introduce our Sun Prairie Ice Incorporated board. As you may know, Sun Prairie Ice is responsible for ownership and operation of the Sun Prairie Ice Arena. So myself, I'm currently president. Jeff Thronton is currently the treasurer. We have Brian Nowicki, who's currently our secretary. We have board member Paul Swab. We have retired arena manager, retired SP Ice board member Chuck Wilson. And we have Paul Sakanek, who's the appointed back to Sun Prairie rep. And also Alder Weber is the appointed city rep on our board. Just want to give you a brief overview of our operations thus far. As a board, we continue to meet bi-weekly. That'll continue for the foreseeable future. Highlights of our arena: second sheet came out. That would be the Tubbs rink. Took the ice surface out in July. That was planned. We actually planned to take that out in May. Our ice sales warranted us keeping it a couple months longer. That is actually now going back in. Originally scheduled to go back in at the end of the month. We have the ability to sell a bunch of ice that we needed the second sheet, so it's going back in as we speak. That'll likely stay in for the foreseeable future. We don't anticipate, other than a maintenance item, that sheet coming out for the next couple of years. As far as our tenants within the space, the dance studio, Known Academy of Dance, they continue to be successful in their endeavor. Willie Ty's Eatery just opened up to the public on Tuesday the 26th. They appear to be doing quite well. We are pursuing a pro shop for the facility, which is expected to be functional mid to late October. Our staff, we continue to run with one full-time staff member, and that is our arena manager, Larry Clemens. In addition to that, we have about 7 or 8 what we call Z staff. They're the Zamboni people. They also do a lot of cleaning, do a lot of painting, maintenance, and things like that. We've added 2 to that staff since opening the arena in January. We are in the process of interviewing currently for an administrative assistant to help us with our internal systems. That process is ongoing right now. As far as projects we have upcoming and going forward, we have lobby finishes are going to be in place in the month of October. Those were granted to us by the alumni tournament, the proceeds from that event. So we'll have that lobby completely outfitted before we really get going as far as the youth hockey season in the month of October. The landscaping installation is complete. Maintenance is ongoing. We actually just gave it its first cut a little while ago. A little overdue, but we're getting there. On the highlights, we do have My Hockey Tournaments, which is a national tournament venue. They go to rinks all around the United States. They're going to be hosting 4 tournaments here during the season. In addition to that, our youth hockey, each travel team will experience their own tournament within the facility. That was one thing you may remember was very critical to us when we opened the facility, was that every person or every youth skater will get a chance to experience a home tournament. That's going to be the plan going forward. Work yet to be done. Office finishes, miscellaneous painting, general maintenance. We're still and always will be seeking donors for the facility. Bleacher tops, naming rights, things like that. I guess before we get into the financial details, I think the most important thing to know is the positive feedback that we've got regarding the facility, as well as the amenities of the facility, is really what's causing our ice sales to be as great as they are. People who come from all over the Midwest love the facility, and they're actually booking now. We've got travel teams statewide in Illinois coming to book their ice here because they like the facility that much. So I'm going to leave it to Jeff here to talk about financials.
I distributed via email 3 documents that you should have in front of you. One is a fiscal year 2013-2014 that represents our first 6 months of operation at the end of our first fiscal year. I think the highlight of that document is that really for 6 months of operation, only about 2 months of that 6 was in our primetime season. The other 4 months were kind of our off-peak. We tend to run pretty steady up from October through about the beginning of March as our kind of our prime season. So we saw mid-January and all of February is kind of our high point. We get into our slow season. We still managed to beat our projections on income, which is fantastic. We have more summer ice sales now than we've ever had in the old ice arena by far, which has kind of carried us through the lull of our summer. The second document that I've sent along is a comparison between the projected income and expense streams and the actual for the first fiscal year. I think it's important to realize that we do continue our budgeting process. We do continue to refine our expenses and income so we can be solid moving forward. And our third document here is a detailed breakdown of our projections for the next fiscal year as it relates to what our expense and income is. And also as we go through the bond process, we have an agreement with the city for the bond amount and the guarantee, which resides on a debt service coverage number, which is listed in that document as well. I won't go over all the details of our financials. I will say that ice sales are way up, which is really a great thing, especially as we come through a difficult summer. Our utilities are also way up, is the one downside of our facilities of ours, that our utilities are up higher than expected. There's a lot of reasons for that. We were at a different rate for a couple of months as we got into the building. We've now come into a different commercial rate that helps us with our electric utilities. The building itself being new, there's still a lot of moisture being generated by the concrete, which our systems have to get rid of out of the building, causing electric bills to be higher than anticipated. Other highlights, our open skating is up between the members of the community are using our rink. We have open skates and we have school skates. They've been very popular, very busy, which is fantastic for us. Men's leagues are up. Our payroll is down, which is nice. We actually managed to run the building less than anticipated. We have less staff on, which is nice. Steve mentioned we have dozens of tournaments coming up this year. We've got some really nice phone calls from some of the businesses in town that have called and said, hey, you guys got to let us know when tournaments are, we're getting smashed, which is really a wonderful thing. Our promise to you is that we bring lots of people into the city, and we're well on course to do that. The last thing I want to mention is that we have an escrow account, which is due when we close on our mortgage for the bond amount. That amount is set aside in our operating account right now. We did not move it into an escrow account for the simple reason that our summer tends to be our lowest point. We didn't want to leave our operating account too small in case we have a shortfall. So it is in our operating account now. It's fully funded and ready to go. Any questions for Deborah?
Anybody have any questions for these gentlemen?
That's fantastic.
We can't let you get away with that. Anyone?
Keep up the good work. Thank you very much.
Appreciate the report. Why don't you guys stick around for just a minute and we'll move on to the next item.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You can just stay up here for a minute. That would be great. Can't let you get away with that. So we have the Ashley Award. And I want to just welcome both of you. And this year you've been awarded the Ashley Award, and so I just have a proclamation to read if I can, and then your name will actually be on the plaque here. So I'll just read through this. Whereas the Charles Ashley Award was established by the Charles David Ashley Foundation to officially recognize the outstanding individual or group who has contributed to the betterment of the city of Sun Prairie. The Charles Ashley Award is chosen by the Common Council in concert with the representative from the Star. The award is granted annually to a citizen or a group in Sun Prairie who has contributed in an exceptional way to the benefit of the city of Sun Prairie and its residents. Whereas the City of Sun Prairie Ice Arena and the Youth Hockey Association has incurred many challenges and obstacles in the course of construction of the new ice arena, the group has years of grassroots planning, meticulous fundraising, countless hours to see the 9-year endeavor to completion. The facility is home to one of the state's elite ice arenas that will serve many teams, leagues, figure skating, and the community. Whereas two individuals who are the backbone of the vision of the organization, Jeff Thronton and David Batterman, they have proven their everlasting dedication to their fellow residents and youth of the city of Sun Prairie, as well as demonstrating their ability to provide opportunities and enrichments to others. Whereas Thronton and Batterman both have been instrumental in providing longevity to the project by serving as president of the Youth Hockey Association and serving on the board of directors for Sun Prairie Ice and spearheading fundraising efforts to achieve the goals of the organization. Whereas the generosity of Thronton and Batterman is due in large measure to their willingness to work together with the community to obtain an ultimate objective by unselfishly giving their time, talent, and of themselves for the purpose of supporting their request. Now therefore, the Common Council of the City of Sun Prairie hereby awards the 2014 Charles Ashley Award to Jeff Thronton and David Batterman, and convey an expression and commendation of grateful appreciation for the dedication and time rendered to the residents of the City of Sun Prairie, and to extend our gratitude and appreciation. In testimony whereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the city seal of the City of Sun Prairie to be affixed on the second day of September 2014. Jon Freund, Mayor. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
It takes more than two guys to build an ice arena. It takes a community to build an ice arena. Our staff, our volunteers, our architect, our construction firm, our friends, our donors, our volunteers. None of this is possible without them. And while we accept this and appreciate it, please understand that it was just sincerely more than two people